Good evening and welcome to Under the Carolina Sky. My name is Mike, and it's about 25 minutes after 6. Of course, it gets dark now really early, and I'm at home in my backyard. For those of you that don't know, I live right by a major road, so you're going to hear a lot of traffic over here behind me. In front of me, though, is several acres of land, of old farmland, and there's only a few houses on it. But if you know, in my last video, I got an old paint can and made a little wood burning stove. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. It's so small and I don't even know if it's going to work. It seems kind of stupid, but you know what? It's just for kicks and just for fun. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens tonight, okay? So let me show you what I got out here. And we're going to go ahead and try to fire this thing up. And we might even try to cook a pie on it. All right, let's take a look at the stove. Okay, so there's the stove. Look at the size of that big fat chimney. It's way too big. I'm probably either going to make this smaller or, well, either way I'm going to put a damper in there. But for tonight, we're just going to fire it up. So I've got some pieces of real thin cardboard here. I've got some dryer lint. I've got some fat wood that my daddy gave me. That's Florida fat wood. I use it sparingly. This is probably enough right here to probably light a fire to burn half a continent. And then I've got some hardwood here that I just kind of splintered up and slivered up. So we're gonna get it open here and gonna get a fire going right down inside there. I've got the little Altoid tins covers in there with the holes I drilled in them and a little ashtray under that to kind of help with the airflow. And this screw right here on the top that you see, that's designed to be long like that so that I can screw it in and out, so that I can actually decide if I want to keep this open a little bit or if I want to shut it all the way or what. So we're going to figure out a little bit later on what we need to do with that. So this is just a little trial run tonight, just something fun. I'm going to make some coffee while I'm doing this out here, and we're just going to see what happens, okay? So let's get this fire going. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's try to get this fire going. You know, lint always catches on fire real quick. You know that, right? That fat wood lit. Send it on in there. Since this is my first burn, I really didn't want to have any trouble getting this fire lit, so I decided to go ahead and break out the big dogs, you know, that Florida fat wood. Hope this isn't a dud. So right now I'm just kind of layering it. I'm putting a little bit of cardboard in there, and I got the dryer lint to get it going. And I put some fat wood in there and got it lit. Put a little bit of thin cardboard on top of that, and then more fat wood. So just want to try to... It's about 50 degrees right now. It's supposed to get down to about 35, 36 tonight. Now I've got no way of knowing how hot this fire is getting, but you can see the smoke coming out the chimney right there. How about that? Yeah, it's working. Look at there. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the rest of the cardboard in there just because I don't feel like carrying it back up. Only 3 more pieces. It's not going to hurt anything. Everything is real wet. Those of you that know, it poured down rain here in Charlotte on Saturday. It just rained all day long. and it was just so everything's really soggy. The ground under me is real soft. My chair is sinking in the ground. It's a matter of fact. Wow, I'll tell you what, man, that fire is getting warm already. We're just gonna load this thing up. Whew, man, I tell you that fat wood sure is pretty. Well, Daddy, you done a good job. You done a good job harvesting that for me, Pop. I appreciate it. I've got some of this fat wood that I'll never burn, that I'm saving, just because Dad cut it for me. Wow, man, look at that thing burn. Let's see if I can get the camera down here and give you all a little better close-up view. Well, it's actually a little bit too hot. Look at the flames are shooting out through the chimney. We're gonna have to dampen that thing up now. I'm gonna see if I can shut this door and slow that down a little bit. Oh, it put it almost, just about put it out. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Wow. All right. I gotta show you all this. Look at this thing. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'd say that chimney's a little bit too big. Yeah, I would say, wouldn't you? That thing looks like the back end of an F-16 fighter jet. Yeah, we definitely got to put a damper on that thing. That is for sure. It's getting hot. It might be getting too hot. I'm gonna let it burn down now. I'm not gonna put anything else in there. I'll tell you what, man, the heat. I'm sitting about, my chest is probably about 2 feet away, and it is warm, buddy. I mean, it is very warm. See if we can't get those flames to slow down a little bit and burn a little slower. You know, fire is just fun, you know. I've always really enjoyed just building fires. My dad always loved a fire and always had a fire. We grew up with a little freestanding fireplace in Florida. It didn't get that cold, but you know, it got down in the 30s sometimes and even colder than that, but that was our main source of heat when I was a kid growing up. And we'd get up in the morning. My dad would get up real early, and he would fix this light. He would build a fire in that fireplace, and us kids would get up for school, and we would go out there and we'd sit or we'd stand out there in front of the fireplace and get dressed in the morning. Yeah, she's going pretty good now. Put a few more in there. Okay, so we got coffee over here, and I brought out a piece of tin foil and a Little Debbie apple pie, and I'm gonna try to put it on top of the stove over here. Put that right there. Ooh, that's hot. Definitely hot. Now we're gonna burn the paper in there, but this is your Little Debbie apple pie. Ooh boy, these things are yummy. We'll set that down right there. We're gonna see if we can heat up that pie. That's a big piece, probably too big to put in there. So this will be the last piece I put in. and this will conclude the test of the fire. I can already tell you that I know I need to have some more ventilation, because if I even think about closing that door, that fire is probably going to go out. And I'm not a stove expert. I don't even know what coffee's doing. I don't even know really, what I'm doing when it comes to stoves. I'm just kind of playing around here a little bit. I'm gonna let that cool off before I pour that in that cup. That's my little Fancy Feast cat food can stove right there. I love that thing, man. I built that, I don't know how long ago. I've probably been using that for 3 or 4 years. It works real good. I like it. I've got the materials to build several of them. I just haven't done it. And I always put too much fuel in it. I guess I'm used to doing it that way, because usually when it's cold, I'll, in the morning when I cook my breakfast, I'll try to make at least a cup of coffee and a cup of grits at the same time. And then I like to enjoy a little bit of flame before the fire goes out. I think I only used about 1 ounce of fuel, maybe not even that much, maybe 3/4 of an ounce of fuel. But that water's real hot now, so we're gonna go ahead and pour that coffee. I was very happy I found me a decaf, because I don't want to be up all night. Yeah, let's get that pie off of there. Ooh, buddy. Wow, look at that. Oh yeah. Well, it cooked it. Some of it kind of ran, some of the apple kind of ran out the side and kind of burned there on the chimney, but it's definitely done, that's for sure. Didn't bring a spoon, so I guess a twig will do. Well, guys, that's probably going to go ahead and do it for me. Stove, it's doing well, as long as I keep the door open. If I keep the door open, then she does just fine. Put that last piece of wood in there if it'll fit. It'll fit sideways, and get that in there. And so I don't know. Hey, listen, tips are always appreciated. Comments. If you absolutely hate it, then just say so. If you think it's stupid, that's all right. I don't mind. I can take the criticism. It was fun to build, and it's been fun to burn. So I'm gonna sign off for now. Eat this pie. Get that back up there so you guys can see it one more time. I'm gonna eat this pie and drink this coffee. And y'all have a good night. Take care. Bye.